Ever wondered how startups get their initial capital? Where does the money come from to turn a brilliant idea into a functioning company? Well, today we'll be exploring the intriguing world of startup funding, shedding light on the various ways entrepreneurs fuel their business dreams. First off, we have bootstrapping. This is a classic roll-up-your-sleeves method of funding. It involves the entrepreneur using their own personal resources like savings or personal debt to finance their startup. The beauty of bootstrapping is that it allows founders to maintain complete control over their business. But it's not without risk. Entrepreneurs must be willing to shoulder full financial responsibility, which can be a daunting prospect. Next on the list is crowdfunding, a more modern approach to securing capital. This method involves pitching your idea to the masses, usually through an online platform, and asking people to contribute small amounts of money. Crowdfunding can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it can generate a lot of capital without giving up equity. On the other, it requires a convincing pitch and a strong marketing strategy to capture public attention. Moving on, we have angel investors. These are individuals, usually successful entrepreneurs themselves, who provide capital to startups in exchange for equity or convertible debt. While they may demand a slice of the ownership pie, they often bring valuable experience and connections to the table. Then, there's venture capital. This is a form of private equity where funds are provided by firms or funds to startups they believe have long-term growth potential. Venture capital is often a substantial sum of money, but it does come with strings attached. These firms usually require a seat at the decision-making table and a significant share of the company. Lastly, we have debt financing. This involves borrowing money from a bank or other financial institution to be paid back over time with interest. While debt financing can be beneficial due to its tax-deductible nature, it can also add financial pressure on the startup with the obligation to make regular repayments. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of startup funding. We've touched on bootstrapping, where founders dig deep into their own pockets. We've explored crowdfunding, which harnesses the power of the crowd. We've delved into the world of angel investors and venture capital, where equity is traded for financial backing. And finally, we've touched on debt financing, a more traditional route involving good old-fashioned borrowing. Each of these funding methods has its own pros and cons, and the choice ultimately depends on the specific needs, objectives, and risk tolerance of the entrepreneur. Understanding these funding types is a crucial step for anyone dreaming of launching their own startup.